Brew coming at you with a beer review on a very wet and windy spring day. That's right. It is what, April 7th, I believe. And went over to get some stuff to brew. I'm going to be making a double IPA. We're calling this one, at least tentatively, Tropical Peach Double IPA. We'll see. So what have we got here to review today? We've got 11. No, not the movie 11 or one of those other things. It's not a horror flick. It's a beer. It's a barrel-aged beer, a bourbon barrel-aged beer. That's right. It's the 11th anniversary ale from Double Mountain Brewing. One of my favorite places to go because they're out in Hood River. They make some great pizza. Love hanging out there in the summer. So their anniversary ale. This is a big 13.2% ABV barley wine. That's right. And it's aged in Heaven Hill bourbon barrels for just shy of a year. That just sounded fantastic to me, and it was a $9 price tag, so gotta love that. Just under $9. So it's a big 85 IBUs. It should be interesting. They really don't tell you anything else more than that. So let's get it cracked open. All right, here we go. Just poured. We've got a thin one finger head on there. It's kind of a, that's the right color. It's a very dark, medium caramel, I guess you'd call that in color. You know, a light mahogany hue on that. Let's get the nose. Oh, yeah, you know, I've had things with Heaven Hill bourbon, and it smells like Heaven Hill bourbon, let me tell you. Oh, wow, few things are hitting me all at once, so I'm going to try to pull some of them out. You get some nice toffee character, like a light to medium toffee character. You get a light caramel kind of scent on there, which is really nice. You definitely get the Heaven Hill bourbon going on. You get some nice oak characteristic. You know, it smells sweet, like there's a nice sweetness, but not like super sweet. So it's kind of a moderately sweet type. And I'm getting some dark fruit characteristics on there, trying to pull out what those are. I think a little bit of some fig characteristic. We always have figs in the cupboard. A little fig. I might be getting a little bit of like, you know, some light brown sugar molasses action going on, maybe a little bit of leather going on. Toffee, caramel, and brown sugar side as far as the sweet notes go. Like I say, with a little bit of the dark fruits. It's rather cold, so we'll pick up on that more later. But I'm ready for a nice big beer, so we're going to dive in. Cheers. Oh, that's fun. I like that. It's interesting. For 13.2%, you would not know. You would not have a clue this was 13.2. There's a little bit of a boozy characteristic in the sense that you really get the booze on it. But it doesn't, there's no burning whatsoever in the throat. I don't feel it at all. The cat's begging for it. She's not going to get any. There's a bit of tannin characteristic coming off it. You really get the oak characteristic on it, but it's not overpowering by any means. It just lets you know it's there. And that's what allows you to come in with just a hint of some tobacco and a little bit of leather character on it. Just a hint of like a dark plum character on it. And ever so lightly, there's a kind of a light, earthy, spicy hop character to it as well. So I'm going to let this warm up a little bit, and I'll come back with some numbers. All right, well, I've let this warm up a little bit. Excuse my clothes. I was out working, and it's been raining outside, you know. Got to tend to the garden, though, in between. This is fun. This is so much better as it's warmed up. It just has this lovely toffee and light caramel characteristic that I just love. And there's a lot of oak on it. And a moderate amount of tannins on it. So you really get that characteristic on the nose. It still strikes me very much as Heaven Hill bourbon, though, which is a wonderful thing. I'm not really pulling out, again as before, what the dark fruits are on this specifically. I still think there's a little bit of fig, but I think there's some other stuff going on. I'm not as pushing on the light plum character. I think it's there. I'm not really getting like a raisin character either. It's kind of interesting. You're getting definitely a light molasses. You definitely get the leather and the tobacco on there, which is kind of fun. Some brown sugar going on. Also some toasty notes, the roasty, toasty type notes are on there, and a little bit of peppery, spicy character from the hops. Some vanilla character. It's a really soft vanilla character on it. It's very easy drinking. I love that this is a very affordable barley wine. And I love that it's a 16-ounce bottle because I get to enjoy it a bit longer. But a fun beer put out by Double Mountain. I love getting the anniversary ales. This is just something I look forward to every year. As we know, prices have really gotten jacked up over the years. So to put out a quality beer in some good bourbon barrels, that's not easy to do at a low price point. So a wonderful beer. How am I going to rate this though in terms of barley wines? Well, I think in terms of barley wines, I just can't put it in that upper echelon. I'm going to give this an 89. Overall though, it hits so many happy notes for me. I do have to push it up on my overall in general because the bourbon barrel aging, all those things, and yet easy drinking too. It's got a nice balance to it in these different flavors going on. I'm giving it a 92 overall. Here it is. It's worth trying. It's a fun little beer. It's not going to knock your socks off. It's not those top echelons, but you would never know it's 13.2%, so watch out. It's 11, the 11th anniversary ale from Double Mountain Brewing out of Hood River, Oregon. This is Kevin at Columbus Homebrew saying life's too short to drink cheap beer, and I'll see you in the next beer review.